Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk About Sleep. You know, I got to show you the book. Amazon link to this is in the description box down below. Please click like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 1,000, we're getting there. One person at random will get a signed copy of that book. But you got to be in it to win it. And as I always say, these videos are for education only. If you have any questions on this or any other topic, please leave them in the comment section down below. Once a month, I answer all questions and comments. So today's video is an interesting one. I guess they're all interesting, to me anyway. But I think this one will be interesting for everybody. This one's about the NBA Finals. So by the time this video gets published, the NBA Finals will have happened last month or so. So it's a little bit late, but who cares? It's based on the video today is based on a study that was done from an Australian group recently, which looked at jet lag and its influence on NBA games. Okay, they looked at I think it was 11,000 NBA games, regular season NBA games of the last 10 years. So from 2011 to 2021. And what they were looking at was to see what happens when teams travel eastward as far as their performance goes, quantifiable performance goes, right? So what we know about jet lag and we know about time travel is going east is much, much, much more difficult than going west. The reason why is because it's hard for your brain to go to bed earlier, which is essentially what happens when you travel east, right? So what you're doing in that case is you're trying to advance your sleep clock, which is very difficult to do. It's much easier to go westward, okay, and delay your clock, okay, by a few hours. It's much easier on the body and the brain, whereas going eastward is much more difficult. So what they looked at was they wanted to see if there was a comparison, you know, when teams traveled eastward, especially, what happened to various things. So what they found was that going eastward, the home team, when they traveled home, okay, from the night before or whatever it was, they had a reduced chance of winning by 6%, reduced point differential by 1.2 points, reduced rebound differential by 1.2 points, and reduced field goal percentage by 1.2%. All right. Now that adds up, right? And that can make the huge difference in winning and losing, hence the 6% chance in reduced winning. Especially when it comes to the playoffs, right? When things are much more magnified and you know you're playing the same team over and over again, that small advantage can play a major role here. So what is really interesting article, what the Australian researchers found was they said that because the format in the NBA Finals now is 2-2-1-1-1. It used to be 2-3-2, okay, but 2-2-1-1-1 ideally mitigates some of this jet lag on the players. You know, and private travel obviously has helped as well. But basically, what's going on here? So they looked at the NBA Finals schedule, and games 3 and 6, Boston would be home, right, coming home after being on the West Coast when they play the Golden State Warriors, right? So it was essentially cross-country travel. So on games 3 and 6, they would be at a disadvantage. Now, game 3 they won, okay, pretty handily, but game 6 they lost, which was the last game of the finals. So. You know, it's not 100% accurate, but it does give us you know, something to think about as we go forward. And you know, jet lag is not really something that we concern ourselves with on a day-to-day thing as far as clinical practice. It's one of those things where we say, you know, it's you're lucky enough to have it, right? Because means you're traveling, and you know, if you have the ability to travel, you know, it's a kind of a first world problem, as they say. Not to minimize this, but you know, that's not everybody in the world has jet lag. So typically we don't really do a lot for it. You know, there's nice websites out there and stuff. The one I like is called Jet Lag Rooster. So if you are traveling and you want to figure out, okay, when should I start, you know, changing my bedtimes, you know, a week or so leading up to my travel to kind of minimize jet lag, it's a good tool to have. So Jet Lag Rooster is what I call it. But as I said, with this 2-2-1-1-1 format, the teams are given adequate time, in theory, to get themselves reacclimated to the to the current environment. At least there's like 3 or maybe 2 or 3 nights before games, or about 2 or 3 nights before games. So you figure it takes a body about an hour or so, or one night per hour of time zone difference. So if you have a 3-hour time zone difference, by 3 days or so, you should be basically back to normal. So that, I think, has helped in these situations. But still, Boston did lose Game 6. So how much of that was a role? Hard to say. But I think as time goes forward, a lot of NBA teams, they already have sleep specialists involved to try to mitigate this kind of thing, as far as travel schedules and whatnot. Other professional teams as well. So just something to think about. And if you're a betting person, not that I condone betting on this channel, but if you are a betting person, you may want to think about that when when the team that you're betting on has just come off a road trip. So anyway, if there's any questions or comments on this video, please leave them down in the comment section down below. Please share this with your friends and family. And as I always say, until next time, sleep well.